Many 90s fans will love this comic, but if you're into fleshed out characters and well-crafted plot, this issue falls flat. Welcome back to Thinking Critical, this is Wes, and I'm going to review Rob Liefeld's Return to Marvel Comics, Major X #1. There's a tremendous amount of reader excitement, and I've seen a lot of praise for the book, but honestly, I don't see it. To me, it feels like a jumbled mess of X-Men cliches wrapped in a healthy coat of action. Rob has had an issue ripping off character designs in the past, such as Werewolf from his Youngblood series. Werewolf looks nearly identical to classic X-Men villain Sabretooth. I'm sure there's some differences between the characters, but you really can't see it. He had a similar issue with Smash, looking virtually identical to Hulk's design. Sure, he's purple instead of green and has a chain around his neck sometimes, but the Hulk's catchphrase is even in the character's name. There are other examples like Deadlock ripping off Wolverine and Glory being a Wonder Woman clone, but you get the point. It comes as no surprise that his new Major X character has borrowed key design elements, like Judge Dredd's classic helmet, and the uniform is basically Deadpool's with some X's on it. Deadpool himself was a Liefeld design ripped directly from DC Comics' Deathstroke. Evenpool's real name, Wade Wilson, is a play on Slade Wilson, Deathstroke's name. Liefeld's art has long been a lightning rod among comic readers due to his penchant for making everything from physiques, guns, and action much bigger than his contemporaries. He scaled back on the physiques a bit, and Major X doesn't sport any of his trademark pouches. Liefeld's action is frenetic throughout, which is good fun for the reader. One issue I noticed is there are multiple inkers on the book, so the line art can be inconsistent from page to page. Color artist Romulo Fajardo Jr. does a great job creating a nostalgic 90s feel to the book. The second act features Major X traversing the existence on his mother bike. These are the best illustrations in my estimation. Liefeld's wild action and odd panel sequencing make some of the mayhem hard to follow. The more leisurely pace and added background details during these pages are a welcome reprieve. Of course, he does add some of his trademark pouches and other accoutrements to a beefed up Deadpool from the future. I find his sequencing hard to follow during the action, and some of it doesn't make a lick of sense. I'm assuming Rob wanted to create a chaotic feel for the reader, and this was mostly intentional. Liefeld's art has changed a bit over time, but overall Major X #1 delivers the nostalgic feel he's looking for, and I rate the art a 3.5 out of 5. Rob is a legend in the industry as an artist and writer, and his record of sales cannot be disputed. Liefeld is definitely more of a visual storyteller, but has created numerous classic characters throughout his career. I'm personally skeptical Major X will be one of them. In all honesty, while the book is anything but boring, the titular character himself is pretty bland. He's a badass from the future, and that's about it. There's some really bad dialogue as well. During his opening encounter with Cable, who's supposed to be dead, but time travel paradoxes, am I right? Major X tells him, "It's an honor to engage you in this manner." It's an eye-roll worthy line that I think is supposed to be one of his big character moments. It doesn't work. Rob also inundates the reader with ridiculous amounts of new X words, as Major X tells us about the Essential who created and maintains the existence. If the story were cool or the new character awesome, this wouldn't stand out so much, but in a flawed book, it's just new X gibberish. The final character reveal for Major X is so cliche it could be spotted the day the book was announced. Yet somehow it's still a letdown. After battling Cable, Wolverine, Shatterstar, Domino, and 2 Deadpools, among others, Cable out of nowhere says, "I know now who you are, son. Reveal yourself for all to see." Shocking, Major X is Cable's son from the future. Rob fails to create a memorable character in Major X or a memorable new setting in the existence. I rate his characterization in the issue a 1.5 out of 5. Liefeld captures the nostalgia readers are looking for, but doesn't utilize it to create anything new that stands out, and that includes the plot. The story is one enormous action scene with an exposition-filled intermission. Its premise is also very formulaic for X-Men at this point. Major X and Beast are in Xavier's school for gifted youngsters, and he recognizes he's laying waste to X-Force. He has a wild back and forth with Cable, and Major X cuts his cybernetic hand off. Major X explains he's from the future and they need Cable's help to save mutant kind's very existence. In the future, the Essential creates a mutant sanctuary called the Existence. Major X patrols the Oasis and it's starting to crumble. The Essential has gone missing and the Existence cannot be maintained without its creator. Before disappearing, the Essential sent Beast to find Major as their sanctuary is about to fall for good. They warp slide on his mother bike back in time. Major X and Beast are on a mission to save their world and bring the traitors who destroyed it to justice. The final third of the book can best be described as an incoherent mess. Wolverine arrives to the party as the two battle sword to claw. Deadpool arrives to kill Major X and his cohorts for his benefactors. The real Deadpool arrives to get in on the action, and after 14 pages of breakneck action, the character reveal ends the issue. At this point, I can't think of anything more played out than X-Universe time travel stories. This story in particular has been done ad nauseum and quite frankly better. I give the plot a 2 out of 5. Many 90s fans will love this comic, but if you're into fleshed out characters and well-crafted plot, this issue falls flat. There are many things to like about the book, including the fun action, a cool cast of established characters, and did I mention all the action? I rate the issue a 2.5 overall and recommend it to fans of Liefeld and readers in search of fun nostalgia. Despite not loving the issue, I am happy to see Rob return to Marvel Comics and the franchise that he made famous, and I hope the series picks up in the next issue. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a like. I would appreciate it very much. It helps us attract more views for the channel. Subscribe for future commentary, comic book news, and reviews. And don't forget to ring the bell for notifications. If you want to talk comics, movies, and much, much more, you can follow me on Twitter at Wes_from_TC. With that, Salamat Po, and I'm out.